Mayor Riggs, Mrs. Duncan, Mrs. B, may I present Colonel Grant?
Mayor Riggs, nice to meet you, sir. Ladies,
Pleasure to meet you as well, Colonel, although I would prefer it to be under better circumstances.
would you please explain, sir?
Why indeed, sir. We continue to have issues with your troops committing acts that are considered somewhat questionable and sometimes alarming in our community. And their unchecked and unrestrained behavior becomes a disruption to the normal commerce, business, and travelings of the normal citizens in our town. I implore you, sir, to do something to end these transgressions.
Transgressions. Mayor Riggs, I've heard that term quite often. Can you explain to me, give me some examples of what you're speaking?
Indeed we can, sir.
You bet we can, Colonel, and I'm telling you that you need to get your boys under
Oh,
control.
Mrs. Lee, there's no need to become hysterical.
I'm not being hysterical. Colonel, I do not believe that your wife would appreciate someone storming into her home all hours of the day and night demanding food and supplies and services. Do you?
No, ma'am, I don't believe Julie would appreciate that very much. Is that what's happening in your home?
It absolutely is, and it must stop.
And it's not the only thing either.
Now, ladies, please.
Mayor Riggs, it's fine. Let the ladies have speak their
As
piece.
you wish, sir.
Your troops are traipsing up and down the streets of this town, holding our citizens at bayonet point, making them swear an oath of allegiance to the Union. I find that just appalling, don't you, Colonel?
Ma'am, if that's what is happening, that is unacceptable.
If that's what's happening, you don't believe me?
No, Mrs. Duncan, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I wasn't aware.
We have located the soldier in the other incident.
Soldier in the other incident.
Yes, sir.
You're talking about the railroad engineer.
Yes, sir, I am.
Why don't you escort that young soldier in here?
Yes, sir. Sergeant, bring him in.
Stand at attention before the colonel. All right. And don't be mouthing off neither.
All right.
He's been a little less than cooperative, sir.
I can see that, Sergeant Waters. Captain?
Yes, sir. The charges are destruction of private property and conduct unbecoming a United States soldier. What do you have to say for yourself, soldier?
Talk now?
Private, that's generally the idea right now.
Okay. I know you caught me tearing up them rails down by the railroad depot. Then the railroad trains running down those rails, and I thought I was just doing my duty.
And that's your defense?
I did not know I needed defense. I thought I was just doing what any Union soldier would do with rebel contraband.
Sir.
Private Barry, what you've done is a great disservice to this community and to your unit. So you see those rails that you destroyed were at the railroad switch at the depot. And that switch was critical for us to be able to move supplies and soldiers further south of here to aid our troops that are already engaged with rebel soldiers there. So you really have messed it up for all of us.
I didn't know so. I didn't know.
Well, from what I understand, you weren't in any condition to know. Sergeant Waters, didn't you tell me that this soldier was inebriated when you caught him?
That's the truth, sir. He can be very difficult to control.
Private Barry, post yourself in front of my desk. For conduct unbecoming a United States soldier and for the destruction of property, I sentence you to 1 month's forfeiture of pay, 1 month hard labor with the wood cutting crew, and Sergeant Waters. Sir. When Private Barry isn't busy cutting wood and he's not sleeping, I want him to keep this memento from Mexico, Missouri, so he doesn't forget this town. I want him to carry this piece of rail with him for 6 months. Maybe he'll then remember that he should think before he acts. Are you clear with this?
Yes, sir.
Sergeant, will you see to his duties? And I will see to his pay.
Thanks, sir. No, sir, Private.
Colonel?
Aren't you forgetting something, Private?